If you're new here, then you're most welcome. My name's Rowan, and together with my family and friends, we're reviving this 300-year-old Georgian manor house in the west of Ireland. Let's get into it.
Will young uniform minds and uniform lines and uniform ties run round with trousers on fire and signs of desire they cannot disguise? Whilst I try to find words as light as the birds that circle above, composing the songs of love.
Alright, so it's a beautiful morning here in the west of Ireland. It's February 22nd. Just so happens to be my 30th birthday. So a lot of emotions today, but feeling good overall. Feeling a need to I suppose set myself up for the next part of my life and reduce some stress and all that good stuff. But today I want to just give you a bit more of a kind of tour of some of the things that are happening in real time. And today's going to be a really simple video and not much editing or anything. I just want to give you a raw look at the land and walk around with you now and show you some bits and pieces. You'll see on this tour a lot of trees down, and in this field just to the left of the property is where we've been doing quite a bit of work, just processing trees. There was 6 or 7 trees down in this area, as you might have seen from previous videos. But luckily this beautiful weeping ash survived. And yeah, a lot of the work involves processing the trees that have come down, and there is a lot of them. So basically what we do is cut them into blocks, and there then we'll bring the tractor and the log splitter up and cut these down to size to go into the fire. And over there is 4 or 5 trees in a row, which sadly is down along the avenue which leads you to the forest. And it's a beautiful walk down there, which is slightly changed now because there's not as much tree cover, but that's just part of it. Some stuff we're leaving in lengths to mill into boards or planks, so we're trying to be conscious of that and use those materials where we can. Coming back then into the courtyard, we've done a lot of work on the stone around here. So you'll see the capping on this wall, and a good portion of the wall itself has been rebuilt and looking really, really good. As you come through into the courtyard here, you'll see the original wall. There's actually different layers. Some of it's, you know, done in different eras, and you can see quite clearly where we've added the new wall here. But it does fit very nicely, and over time that will weather nicely as well. So as you already know, we've done quite a bit of work to the coach house. You'll remember this from the first video. It was a moldy shell. Now this is ready for guests, and I will be doing a full video on this, but we have created a beautiful terrace area out the back as well, which now sadly looks onto several of these beech trees which came down in the storm. Coming through here then, you will have seen the kitchen bar, which is looking great. And upstairs we have some nicely appointed rooms now, but I'll show those another time. Coming back out of there and into the courtyard, you'll see that we've resurfaced this as well, which made a huge difference. It really just makes the coach house sort of sing with the fresh gravel on the bottom and the beautiful old stone. Out the back then, we have our trusty David Brown, which sits in the woodshed. We had a small bit of damage to the woodshed here, but we've since fixed that, and we're starting to build up a good supply of wood here for the fires. But it does, we do go through it quite quickly, so yeah, got to keep going with that. But luckily lots of wood on site. So this area, the back of the terrace there, there's a tree that had fallen onto this shed back here and crushed some of the wall there. We've now kind of finished processing that with the help of Jack Breheny. Check him out if you need any help with your trees. And coming back around then, and up along this avenue beside the woodshed, we have done a lot of work. So the wall was kind of crumbling here, and then we found out that there was actually an old doorway through here. You can see there was nice stonework there, and Rian has been just taking down the unsafe stone and rebuilding that there, which will be nice. This gives another access point onto this avenue, and this way leads up to what will be our veg garden. We're kind of battling with the elements here, and whilst we did scrape this back to kind of a gravelly layer on the way up here, you'll see that trying to do this in February is causing some issues just with how wet the ground is, and it's kind of put a halt to our polytunnel setup, sadly, because the ground is just too wet. Now, this morning it actually does seem to have drained a little better, but the footings that we dug for the concrete, these were full of water, and just trying to do this in the wind and rain is not ideal. Now, at the area behind the polytunnel, so we have the polytunnel here, and then another decent sized strip on the far side, which is where the outdoor beds will be. And then the thinking is that behind the polytunnel we'll create an area for chickens and ducks. And then in time, there's this beautiful kind of flat area down here where we're thinking that we would put a kind of barn, and we would create an access point from the main driveway in, which I started on in this video, and bring that off the main driveway and into this field here, so we can kind of have a bit of a separation between what goes up to the main house and what comes to the garden, just to kind of protect the land. So yeah, we've been doing a lot of work up here trying to get ready to plant this year, which is pretty ambitious given the weather, but we do have some help on site now. I think by March we'll have 6 or 7 woofers here, which is going to be great. And we can see the storm did give us back something in terms of materials, so that's lots of wood chip that can be used in the garden, and there's much more where that came from. So yeah, I wanted to just kind of give a very quick lay of the land update to you guys. Just keep it simple today, because I am going to be celebrating my 30th, and I know that a sort of regular release time would suit everyone, so we are going to push to do so on Thursdays starting from next week. And next week is going to be an update on all of the great stonework that's been going on. And you may have seen that we are offering a 3-day dry stone walling course here at Ballinderry, which includes all the training, 3 meals a day, and accommodation. So if you're interested in that, just drop a comment on the video and I'll send you the details. And other than that, I wish you a great rest of your day and weekend. Thanks for following. See you later.